Mary has to take deworming medicine every day to survive. However, after drinking it, the substance that comes out of her body is grass. This process is extremely painful, like countless worms crawling out of her body, making Mary feel awful every day. But she must endure all of this, because it's the only way for her to stay alive. Mary was born with grass growing all over her body. Even if it was removed, it would regrow in an instant. As she grew older, she often crawled up the mountain. Her older brother knew about this and would take her with him whenever he left the house. One day, her brother took Mary with him to pick mushrooms for the first time. But something strange happened. Although it was Mary's first time coming here, she knew exactly which area had the most mushrooms. Even if she accidentally got lost in the mountain, Mary could always find her way back home. She could even hear the mountain speaking. Since then, Mary's mind would occasionally become foggy, and it would take some time for her to recover. Her body was also very weak, and her brother always took great care of her. He hoped Mary would get better soon. One day, her brother was carrying firewood and walking back home with Mary, when a strong wind suddenly started blowing from the sky. After a short while, her brother noticed that Mary had disappeared. He anxiously called out and searched everywhere for her, but he couldn't find her. The villagers helped look for her, but there were no clues, just some small footprints here and there. Years passed. As a bug master, Mark discovered Mary in a cave. She was covered in grass, and it looked like the grass was alive, slowly leaving her body. The next moment, Mary fainted. When she woke up again, she saw Mark sitting beside her. Mark briefly introduced himself, and soon realized that Mary was a mountain spirit, and she was very fragile at the moment. Mark prepared a potion for her, and Mary leaned in to smell it carefully. Mark asked Mary why she chose to become a mountain spirit, since humans had not taken this role for a long time. Becoming a mountain spirit would shorten a human's lifespan. At that moment, Mary was already feeling weak. The next second, Mary suddenly shouted at Mark, and a strong wind started to blow. When the wind calmed, Mary disappeared. After Mary disappeared when she was a child, her brother often came to the mountain looking for her. He was worried that Mary had gotten lost on her own. One day, he ran into Mark, and instinctively asked if Mark had seen a little girl with grass growing on her body. He told Mark everything about his sister. Mark told him that Mary would never return. She had become a mountain spirit. Once a human becomes a mountain spirit, grass would continuously grow on their body. The mountain spirit's job is to maintain the ecological balance of all living creatures, acting as the guardian of the mountain. If humans get too close to the mountain spirit, the entire mountain could collapse. Therefore, they could no longer search for Mary. Her brother knew that Mary was no ordinary person. He also recalled the scene from when he and his sister went up the mountain together, and he believed Mark's words, but in his heart, Mary would always be his sister. He turned and left, while Mark once again encountered Mary in the mountain. He told Mary about her brother, warning her not to meet with him, but Mary had long lost all feelings for everything. The days in the mountain had destroyed her, and now, she was nothing but a lifeless being. Meanwhile, her brother was on his way down the mountain when he encountered wild dogs. He quickly took out his gun, prepared the ammo, and shot at the wild dogs, but he missed. However, the wild dog seemed to be scared off by something else. When he turned around, he saw Mary lying on the ground. Her brother was startled. When Mary woke up, she found herself surrounded by her brother and parents. But at that moment, everything felt unfamiliar to her. She sniffed carefully and then remembered that it was her brother. Even though she hadn't been home for many years, her mother always made her new clothes, hoping that if Mary returned home, she would have new clothes to wear. Mary also had a younger brother, who gently stroked her with his small hand.